Draw the isometric view of a hemisphere with spherical radius 25 mm. The flat circular surface is facing downwards. Okay, so here also we are having a hemisphere, spherical radius is 25 mm. So in this case, the flat circular surface is facing downwards. So when you're observing from the top, again the top view will be a circle, and in the front you can see an inverted semicircle which is upside down. Okay, the flat circular surface is downward. So let us draw the front view and top view of the corresponding hemisphere on this particular xy line. So the top view will be a circle, so you take the radius as 25. Now you can draw two axes of symmetries. We will be drawing the front view. So you extend a projector from this axis of symmetry. So it is an inverted semicircle. So again the radius you take it as 25, and with respect to this one end of the xy line, so you draw it as a thick line, and you join the two ends of this semicircle. So this will be the front view and this will be the top view. Let us draw an axis of symmetry here also. So now we have to draw the isometric view of this hemisphere, is it? So we have drawn the isometric of the square lamina, the other so we have drawn the isometric of other diagrams also, other solids also. So how we will be proceeding it here? So I am going to enclose this circle inside a lamina. I'm not enclosing this inside a box, but I mean enclosing this inside a lamina, a square lamina. Okay, so please listen how it is done. A thin line, you are going to draw an outline here. So now we will be drawing the isometric of this lamina on the right hand side. Please remember that this is isometric view, so this lamina won't be having length reduction to the right hand side. So you'll be marking an origin here. Then as usual you'll be taking 30 degrees to either sides. You can take 50 mm in compass, 50, because there is no length reduction. Now using 4 center method, we have to draw the isometric of this flat circular surface. So please remember that this flat circular surface is upside down, is it? So we have to draw the isometric of that particular circular surface here first. So we shall use our 4 center method. So we have to locate the centers of all these edges and we have to do the 4 center method. So this is 50, the midpoint will be at 25, is it? So I'm taking here it as 25, I'm marking the midpoints. We are drawing thin lines here. So here we shall draw one more line to the center of this lamina. I shall explain why it is drawn here. So this is an inverted lamina. This is an inverted lamina, is it? So as it is this is an inverted hemisphere. So as it is in the inverted position, the circle which is along the base, it won't be completely visible. Some part of it will be visible and some part of it will be invisible. So it is just to differentiate between this invisible part and visible part, we are drawing a center line here. Okay. So now let us see how we can, so the circle which is above this line, the half circle here, it will be invisible and to this side it will be visible. Okay, to this side it will be invisible and to this side it will be visible. Okay, so let us take our compass. So we have to draw the dome-like structure here, is it? So we shall draw two axes of symmetries, chain lines. Now, as I mentioned earlier, so in the ideal case, so in this case, this is an isometric view, is it? So in case of isometric view, when you take spherical radius, you have to multiply it with 1.22. You have to multiply it with 1.22, is it? So 25 into 1.22, we'll be getting here it as nearly 30.5, is it? So let us take 30.5 in the compass. So as per the ideal case, when you are placing your compass at this particular center, it must be just touching this end. and this end also. But here we are having some kind of some small errors. So here it is not touching actually, but as per the ideal case it has to be like that. So what you are going to do now is we'll be just doing an adjustment here. You just make your compass just touching here, and it will be also touching to this side also. So you'll be drawing that dome like structure here. So here I am using the compass. You draw it as a thick line. Okay, so this will be that. So this is the isometric of the hemisphere, okay, which is upside down. So now we shall do the dimensioning process. Here you have to write it as SRE, spherical radius extended. So SRE equal to 25 into 1.22. Here you have to specially mention it. So here we have constructed a lamina first, and then we have constructed the isometric of the hemisphere. Now we shall on to the right hand side again. We shall do the same procedure using somewhat a similar method. So let us see how it is done. You just draw a straight line here, a straight line which is almost parallel to the base of the line. Now you mark a point here. It may not be exact the center. You mark a point somewhere on this line, and you take 30 degrees to all sides. So what we are going to do here is, here we are having an axis of symmetry. Here also we are having an axis of symmetry. So this axis of symmetry, this one, everything is at an angle of 30 degree with respect to this line. Is it? This is 30 degree, this one is 30, this one is 30, and this one is also 30. So we will be taking 30 degrees to all the four sides, and then we will be drawing the reconstructing this axis of symmetry onto the right hand side. So here this measurement is 25. We already know it. Totally this is 50. So half will be 25. This is 25. So this is 25 and this is 25. So let us take 30 degrees to all the sides. And let us draw the axis of symmetries, 25 mm each. Now you can take your compass. So what you're going to do now is we'll be reconstructing this laminas isometric onto the right hand side. Okay, we'll be reconstructing this laminas isometric onto the right hand side. So you take 25 in the compass. So take 25. So let us measure 25 once again. So this is 25. And please listen these steps. So from this point you can cut an arc here, this one also another arc. The same is repeated on the right hand side. Here also you have to draw 2 arcs. Now you can join these points, this one, join it using a thin line. The same is repeated here. Again this one. Please remember that these are all thin lines. Now using 4 center method we have to do the same procedure here. So we shall use the 4 center method. So as I mentioned earlier, half will be invisible and half will be visible. Now we have to draw the spherical radius. So as per the ideal case, you have to multiply 25 into 1.22. So that measurement you have to take it in compass. But we know that there may be some sort of small errors. So what you're going to do now is we'll be using our compass here. We'll be just touching this end here, and we will be drawing the spherical radius from this end to this end. Okay, so as per the ideal case, when you multiply 25 into 1.22 and when you're taking it in compass, it must be just touching these two ends, but there may be some errors in our drawing. So what you are doing it as an easy step is we'll be just taking your compass and we'll be just placing it to either this end or this end, so that it is just touching the arc. Then we'll be drawing the dome-like structure. Okay, so this is it.